Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I'm going to start by, well, first of all, we'll be looking at a puzzle that has lines in it that are both entropic and equal sum lines. So for all of these lines, the digits, every set of 3 consecutive digits on the line has one low one, one middle one, and one high one. That's what entropic means. Anyway, I'll go through those rules more thoroughly later. First of all, I am going to say a very happy birthday to Katie. Rob Bish wrote to us, Katie, and said that you're his girlfriend, and he wants us to wish you a very happy birthday today. She's been a fan for a long time and turned Rob onto the channel this past year. He can't tell us how much the channel has meant to you both, and many nights you end the evenings by watching one of our videos. I love the idea of cracking the cryptic as part of a loving relationship. Why not? Why not indeed? Rob says, I'll make sure we have a variety of sweets, including a chocolate cake to celebrate, as I'd like to provide the full Cracking the Cryptic experience. That is very appropriate, Rob. Good work. And I'm going to share in that with a bit of chocolate cake here. So, very happy birthday to Katie. And given that, I think it's appropriate that today's puzzle is a debut. We were recommended this puzzle, and then we got told that it's the constructor Quiriqui, I'm going to say, is a pseudonym for, I don't often reveal who the constructors are, but this is Anna Marie de Haan, one of a pair of Dutch women who have followed us very, very kindly, constantly sending nice messages. We had the pleasure of meeting your best friend Esmeralda last year, Anna Marie, and she is very proud of your debut puzzle, and well, I hope it's going to be good. I suspect it will be. As I said, just before I get going, I will mention Patreon and where we have the Jewels of Osiris. Fantastic story come treasure hunt with Sudoku thrown in. It's really good, and you will enjoy it. And of course, there's all the apps and our merchandise and Sven Sudoku pad and so on. But this puzzle, it's called Wrinkled Potato, and I mean, you can see from the grid. And look, I've got another prop. It is just like my wrinkled potato here. It's fabulous. It is a lovely idea. As I say, the lines are both entropic lines and equal sum lines. So we've got normal Sudoku rules, 1 to 9 in every row, column, and box. Now, for all of these lines, let's do the equal sum line first. The digits on the line sum up to the same number in every region the line visits. So the sum of those two will be the same as the sum of those 3, the same as the sum of those 3, and so on. And on the shorter lines, that 1 will be the sum of those 2. Now, lines are also entropic. So every sequence of 3 cells must contain a low digit, that's the 1, 2, 3, a middly digit, that's the 4, 5, 6, and a high digit, 7, 8, 9. And on your keypad of your computer, or indeed if you're solving in the software, you can just look at those rows of digits, and one of those needs to be in each set of 3. Every line has a different sum for its equal sum. That's interesting. I've not seen that rule before. That's worth noting. That may well be quite an important disambiguator in this puzzle. But it's a lovely idea. Not a given digit in sight, of course. Potatoes very rarely have digits on them, and this one doesn't. I do just, before I begin, want to thank Anne-Marie for the constantly nice comments every time she sends a Patreon answer, and indeed on other occasions. Same is true for Esmeralda. We wish you both very well indeed, and really looking forward to giving this a go. Do try it yourself, viewers, on the first link under the puzzle, Wrinkled Potato by Quiriqui. And I am going to start my clock now and say the immortal words, let's get cracking. I don't know how. I mean, I say let's get cracking. I haven't got a clue what to do. Okay. Just to do something. Oh, I've thought of something now. Anyway, just to do something, I am going to colour every third digit on the big line, the surface of the potato. Now, I hope I get the count right, because if I get this wrong, the whole thing is messed up. And that's the sort of snafu I can do without. Right, I'm going to colour those, purple. I'm going to colour the next one yellow. Actually, that doesn't leave me anywhere to go because I can't... Oh no, I'll do orange for the third one. I don't think I've heard colour blindness complaints about yellow and orange, although it's not impossible. I don't really want to do red because it's so deep, but anyway, there we go. Purple, yellow and orange. Now, why am I doing that? Because these... I don't know which of these colours represents low, middly and high, but I do know that they must alternate in this way along the line. So if this one was low, those two will be the middly and high because of that threesome. And then because of this threesome, that must be low again. So you can work out from that that low digits will appear every 3 cells along the line, and middlies will do the same, and highs will do the same. Now, obviously, the ideal is to now find out which is low. Okay, this suggests I've got the highlighting right, because we've got 3 of one colour in here and not 4 in box 9. Box 9 is a busy box, isn't it? But there are 2 other busy boxes in terms of the number of lines in cells in this puzzle. So here, oh no, here in box 4, those 3 are all different because they're on the same line. Those 2 are different. I mean, I suppose I know that those 2 have the same polarity. I'm using polarity to mean the relative height of the numbers. Right, now the thing that I did learn, okay, I shouldn't have used orange because I want to save orange and blue. Let's do bright green. I want to save orange and blue for high and low if I can establish what they are. And I'm going to use that. These 3 are orange. Because on their lines, these 3 cell lines, there must be 1 of each type of digit. And obviously, the high digit must be the sum of the middly and the low digit, I would say. That has to be right. I feel that has to be right. I mean, it's obvious now. I've said it. It's totally obvious, and yet it felt like an insight. Now, did these lines give me triples anywhere? Because there's only 3 greens in every box, 3 yellows and 3 purples. I don't think I've established what these oranges are relative to yellow, green and purple at all. Maybe there's something I can do in this box. Let me just think now. There's 2 greens on this line. So if greens were high, I don't think greens could be high because let's say this was as high as it could be at 9. These would add up to 15. That's a difference of 6 that has to be made up by the differences between the yellow numbers, which will maximize at 2, and the difference between the purple numbers, which will maximize at 2, in terms of the equal sum lines in box 9. So that there's no way that these greens are high. So green is not high. Now, does green have to be low is, I suppose, the next question. That would be really useful to establish. If green was medium, then this could be a 6, and that would be a 5 and a 4. The difference between those within the box would be 3. And unfortunately, you can make that up with a 2 difference and a 1 difference. So I don't know, green is medium or low. That's all I've learnt from that little excursion. Maybe it's about this bit in box 2. Now, if one of these was low, yeah, no, ooh. Okay, if one of these was low, the most they could add up to is 12, being a 3 and a 9. Now, the least these can add up to is 12, being 1, 4, 7. It would have to be 1, 4, 7 everywhere. Every time there's 3 cells on this line in a box, they would have to be 1, 4, 7, and that's not going to work up here. If you put 1, 4, 7 there, you'd have to put, again, one of those digits here. This is not 3 and 9. There is no low digit here, and therefore these are middly and high, and now green is low, and I'm going to turn green blue. Let's do it with the bright blue. Right, blue is low. Now I don't think we have anything, so orange, which is high, is either yellow or purple. Is that interesting? Not yet. Oh, we've got 3 yellows in this row. We've got 3 blues in this row. I haven't seen these at all. Yeah, okay, so that's not yellow because we've got all 3 yellows in this row already. So the 3rd yellow in box 9 is down here in the corner. This one is purple. I mean, maybe we're going to be colouring the whole grid. Ah, look at this line. Right, blue is not in those cells because it would then repeat in those cells and you'd have 4 blues in the row, and you're not allowed that. So the blue on this line is in this cell, and these 2 are a purple-yellow pair. I have a feeling we might end up with a lot of purple-yellow colouring here. Low seems to be the one that's, oh, I don't know, maybe high is easier to identify. I don't know. I think this might be worth doing. Yes. There's yellow, purple, 2 yellows and purples in those 4 cells. There must be 1 each in there. This one is blue as well. I don't know, that feels... Right, there's a 3rd blue here because low must be on this end of this line. So these cannot be blue. They're all yellow and all purple. Now that one is 3 away from here on this line, so that's now yellow or purple. The 3rd blue in row 4 is in this box over on the right. I don't know. I don't even know if this is the right way to go about the puzzle, but I'm kind of in for a bit of a penny here. Okay, here's a weird thought. Right, these blues are 1, 2, or 3. In fact, why don't I literally pencil mark those in? The thought is that these pairs, if you consider the pair in column 9 and the pair in row 1, they must share a digit because that's 4 different digits. Now, whichever the shared digit is, cannot be in any of those cells in box 3 and must be here. So that goes blue. I find that quite interesting. I'll tell you something else. This one can't be blue because then you couldn't put a 3rd blue digit in row 1 or a 3rd one in column 9. You'd never get the count in box 3 up to the right number. So that is yellow, or not orange, yellow or purple. Oh, but we've had 3 yellows in column 9, so that's purple in the corner. We're a long way from getting any numbers and having a song. So there's a purple and blue here, and oh no, orange is different. Okay, I'm going to take out the orangeness of the orange because I don't like the colour confusion. I'm going to write in 7, 8 or 9. Oh, and those are all different by virtue of the rule that every line has a different sum. That's quite interesting. It feels quite interesting. It might not be, but... Right, anywhere else where we've had 3 of a kind... We're going to need a second blue down. Oh, that one is yellow or purple because we've had all 3 blues in the row. That's 5 yellow or purple in the box. The 6th one is in this row, so that's not yellow or purple. Is that right? Yeah, this one's blue. And therefore we've got all 3 blues in column 1, and that goes blue for this box. And this corner is yellow or purple. I know it's all a bit vague at the moment, but I think this is worth doing. We've had 3 blues in the column, so those are yellow or purple. One of these is blue. Obviously these high digits, right, now I've got rid of the orange colouring, they are yellow or purple as well. So we're getting an awful lot of yellow or purple around the place. Now I haven't worked out much on this line. There is a blue there, there is a blue there, there is a blue here. There's a blue on this line and a blue on this line. That makes up the 3 blues in the box, so that one's yellow or purple. I kind of feel I'm picking at the edges of this wrinkled potato. I'm not really getting into the proper stuff, the actual numbers, am I? How am I meant to do that? Was it all about these things? Okay, let's just consider the numbers again. So we worked out that 12 wasn't enough. What if this was 13? Yeah, it'd be great if we could push it up to 15 and say this has to be 15. So I'm going to try and rule out 13 and 14. If I possibly can. I don't know. If this was 13 though, the ways you could make up a set of 3 would be 1, 4, 8, 1, 5, 7 and 2, 4, 7. Is there going to be something in this puzzle about all these sets of 3 have to be different combinations? I wonder. Sorry, I can't highlight the set of 3 in box 1. I don't see how that would work. Oh, what does box 9 add up to? Right. If these line segments were 13, then this group of cells would add up to 26, and those two would have to add up to 19. Nah, that's not happening. It's also not happening that these two are 14 line segments, because then they add up to 28, and these two have to add up to 17. Now, you can do that with 2 different digits, being 9 and 8, but they would not have the same polarity colour. So, excellent. So the line segment total for the big line is 15. That is now a 6-9 pair. This cell is 8 or 7, because it sees a 9 in the box somewhere. Now, that adds up to 15, that adds up to 15, that's 30. These add up to 15, they're also a 6-9 pair, because they're different polarities. And this digit is there in column 8, it must be here in column 9. This digit, much less certain, any one of these 3 in column 8. Now, what does this do for the 15 sum here? 15 is the most variable sum of the possible 3-digit sums, annoyingly. wonder if we're going to have to end up colouring individual cells. Okay, these are all from 4, 5, 7, 8, if they're not from 1, 2, 3 or 6, 9. And what does that mean down here? Either... well, they've got to add up to something that can complement this digit to be 15. Oh, I don't think this can be a 1, because you can't get these to add up to 14. Excellent. So the 1 is in these cells. I mean, I think I can work out that the parity of the sum of those two cells is the same as the parity of the sum of those two. That must be right, because the 4 of them add up to an even number. And that means the parity of these two as a total is the same as the parity of that. But I don't think that helps me at all. Bother. Do I know where this digit that's not a 1 appears anywhere else? I don't think I do yet. These two C69s. I'm going to be out of that stuff in a moment. I mean, there's another 6-9 pair in this column. But I don't know what to do with it. Okay, if that's not a 9, one of these two is a 9, because these three all have to be different totals for the last rule in the rule set. If one of those two has to be a 9, that does rule out 9 from appearing in certain cells. Those ones specifically. I don't think that helps at all. Gosh, I'm very stuck here. Just need to keep thinking about what is going on in this puzzle. This line just doesn't seem interesting. I mean, okay, I know its sum can't be 15 now. Is that interesting? No. Just means that's not a 6-9 pair. Oh, crumbs. What am I gonna try and turn to next? Is there something about all of these that they have to have a 6 or a 9 in? Oh, that's interesting. No, it's not interesting. They don't at all. They could be 852, 843, 753. They don't have to have a 6 or a 9 in. Oh, I'm really missing some key point about this. I wonder if I am going to stumble across it or just be stuck for ages. This pair adds up to 8 or 7. That's not interesting. Wow, what on earth comes next? Got lots of colouring done. Okay, these two are yellow and purple as well, just because we've had the 3 blues in the row. Hadn't done that. Now I've got an intriguing 5 yellow and purple in column 5. I don't see how to use it. There's 1 blue there. Goodness gracious. This was so useful as a box, but it's sort of stopped. I don't see how to carry it on. I suppose 8, 5 can't be a pair here. That just doesn't do anything for me. Should I be able to divide up the purples and yellows even more thoroughly? That's an interesting notion. I just don't see how I meant. Okay, that is a purple. Well, say purple was high. You know, that's fine. They would be 7 and 8 as a purple pair. No, that doesn't do anything. There's one blue in those two cells. I know that. There's one blue in those two. There's one blue in those two. There's one blue in those two. Oh, this is just a real head scratcher now. 20 minutes in, no digits in the grid, not much clue what's going on. That's how I feel at the moment anyway. The two yellow 4, 5. Oh, these can't be yellow, can I? I don't want to start half colouring these purple and blue because it's just going to be so confusing. Oh, well, here's a thought. Is one of those... No, these are the same colour. Because they're both high. Is there something to stop them both being purple? I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Although purple would be the most constrained colour. It would finish 3s in box 3, column 7 at least. Right, let's think a bit more about this. If these were purple and that was purple, so we would be definitely purple in all of these places. Now, is there any impossibility going on there? Yeah, there is. There is. That's impossible. Bingo. Okay, because column 9 needs a third purple, and you couldn't put it in box 3 because there's 3 purples there already. So this big digit is not purple. I mean, I have now discovered that 7, 8, 9 is yellow. That's what I have discovered there. I mean, it was actually relatively simple. If I'd just said, there's a purple here, that finishes the 3 purples in the box, this is yellow. That would have been the way to do it. Anyway, yellow is big. So where I had these 9s and 6s, I can fill them in. In fact, let's make yellow orange. Yes, let's do it. And we'll make purple green, middly. Shall we make it? We'll make it bright green, maybe. There we go. And now I can kind of remember these colours as I go. So 6 there, 6 there. This is now 4 or 5. That's 4 or 5. These are a 7, 8 pair. That's a 9 in the corner. Okay, 7 or 8. Now, orange is high. That is not a 9 either. That is 7 or 8. This must be a 9. I have done this right, haven't I? Yeah, there couldn't be an orange there. Sorry, I think I've done it right. I'm just going to go back to this point and say there couldn't be a yellow there. There had to be a purple. That's going to be the third purple. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just wanted to check, because there's no point moving on if I've made a logical mistake. Right, I think this has to be 7 or 8. Those two are lines with equal sums of 7 and 8. This must be one with a line sum that isn't 7 or 8 then, so that's 9. Now, this is the orange cell that has to be a 9 in this row. Now, this can't be a 3 anymore to make the 15 sum. It's 1 or 2. That's 4 or 5 in the middly green. Yes, okay, that works both ways. Now, nothing's changed on this line, really. Ooh, come on, do something with 9s now. There's a 9 in one of those cells. That's very unhelpful. I thought this big breakthrough was going to do everything. Okay, let's make those 4, 5 or 6 and these 7, 8 or 9 that I've got the actual colouring done in. Right, what's that telling me? That hasn't changed what it's telling me at all. Oh, this one is not a 9, obviously. That is 7 or 8. Now, are there combinations to make 15 that are more interesting and less plausible than others? 6 here, that is 7 or 8. So this, one of these digits is coming out. It's 3 is not possible there. Oh gosh, okay, this hasn't really advanced. I know that the sum of the outside line is 15. I've got 9, 8 and 7. Why can't I use those at all? I don't know which one is the 7, do I? And even then there'd be 2 options. Actually, there'd be 3 options. Oh, 9, 8 and 7 are just not as restricted as I was hoping. Okay, well, fair enough. I do feel, however, perhaps erroneously, that I've made a bit of progress now in the puzzle. I don't know, you know, it's probably not actually very different to where I was a moment before. But knowing which is low, middle and high feels like a triumph in this. Oh, that digit, sorry. Oh no, I was going to say that digit is the same as that one. That's not necessarily true at all. Why does that have to be true? It doesn't. Nonsense. Oh, that one is not those two, so it is the same as that one. So this can't be a 3 anymore. There must be a 3 in one of those 2 cells. Oh, why is that not more intuitive somehow? This one is the same as this one, but that doesn't help me narrow it down at all. I feel like I might have to start colouring the blues in other colours and tracking them around the grid. And that is annoying. I suppose the corollary of the fact that there's a repeat digit in those 4 and it appears here is there isn't another repeat digit. Other than that repeat digit, these must contain 1, 2 and 3 between them. That is the repeat digit on them. Is that? I don't know how to use this at all. Maybe this sum. So we're making 15. If that was... Well, this can't be an 8-5 pair. If it's 7-4, then that's 3 and that's 1. But otherwise, if it's 7-5 or 8-4, this is a 1-2 pair, and that's 3, and these also add up to 12. And that's very doable. Okay, if this was 3, 3 is the repeat digit on the outsides, and that's a 3. Then this would have to be 2. You'd have to have a 5-8 pair. can't see what it's doing. Wow, I mean, quiriqui, this is very tricky. Gosh, I really thought the moment of getting numbers in the grid would be, oh look, here we go, would be seminal. It's certainly not. But these can't have a 9 on because of the effective arrow that they're on. So 9 in this box is in one of those two. That's quite interesting. 9 in box 5 is in one of those 3. If that was a 9, these 3 would all be orange. And that might be quite difficult. Would it? Would it be difficult? That would have to be orange on this entropy line. I don't know. It feels like an interesting finding that 9 has to be on one of those lines. The other two short 2-cell stubs, neither of them could have been a 9, so it feels more interesting there than anywhere else. Five could go with 2 or 3 here. 4 could go with 3. That's interesting. There can't be a 1 on this line. That is a bit interesting. It's odd. It's peculiar. But it would be more helpful if I knew that wasn't a 1 or something, I think. This trick with 2 of them forcing that doesn't work anywhere else. It doesn't work anywhere else because the oddity of this line is those blues are all not in box 3, whereas every other time the line passes through a corner box, all 3 digits get placed in that corner box, all 3 polarities. Sorry, I'm probably not making a lot of sense. I'm not making a lot of progress. I am getting bogged down a bit here. I just can't see what's going on in this puzzle. One of those is a 3. It's not any use. It really isn't. One of these two's a 3. That can't be any use. This line, is this interesting? The biggest difference, the difference between the oranges and those is up to 2, is 1 or 2. The difference between the greens is 1 or 2. I don't know, that doesn't rule out any of 1, 2 or 3 there. That is the same polarity as that. That one's the same polarity as that. That does nothing for me. Is there a rule that 9 can't be on this line? That would be quite interesting. No, I don't think there is, because no, there just isn't. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do next. That digit is definitely the same as that one. Didn't we... mean, I think it's that one, but I'm not 100% sure. There could be a 7 or 8 there as well. I don't think we established earlier that they had to be similar. Oh, bother me. So there is a green on this. If it's there. Oh, this is a thought. This is blue. No, I don't know. No, it's not a new thought. Hasn't achieved anything. Even getting that 9 to be in one of these two cells. Okay, let's think a little bit more about 9 being there and whether those 3 being orange is an impossibility for some reason. Orange, we said, would be here, and on this other line it would be there. I can't see what else that's doing. I can see it moves an orange into one of row 6, column 7 or 8. That would be the 3rd orange for its row. This one wouldn't be orange. Oh, do I know that there is an orange in one of these two? That's an interesting thought. Can they both be green? Oh, I think they can both be green. No, they can't both be green because we need in fact, we've had 3 oranges in this row. We need 1 green there. So there's a maximum of 1 green here. There's also a maximum of 1 orange. So that's a definite domino, 1 of each. Yeah, and that's a definite domino, 1 of each, and that's a definite domino, 1 of each. So what I was trying to do is prove that we've used up all the oranges in this box, and it's totally pointless because I know we've used up all the oranges in this row, and these don't have any oranges. Ah, these are green and blue. I mean, I feel like I'm on the point of kind of capitulating. Okay. One of those is blue. The 3rd blue in box 3 is there. So that's the 3rd blue in row 1, and this is not blue. This is green or orange as well, like so many other cells. Right, that's 5 green and orange. There must be a green on this line to make the 6th, and that becomes blue. That's been obvious for well, no, it's been obvious since I put that in. That is not for ages. That is only a moment or 2 ago. That's all right. I don't know. It hasn't really done anything, has it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One of those is blue. These, I mean, why am I not colouring these blue and green? Because I was afraid of getting confused, but I've got to do it. They're blue and green. They're blue and green. These two are blue and green. It doesn't make that a domino necessarily, or that pair. In this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 5 blue and greens. We've just, oh look, this can't be orange because we've had 3 oranges in this row. So that is orange in row 3. Right, well those two are now not orange. They're definite greens. This is on an entropy line, this one, so that is a definite green. I should have done that colouring before. Well, this pair is now a blue and an orange. No, this one sees 3 oranges in the column and 3 greens in the box. Look, yes, in this box there's a green there, there's a green in that pair, and there's a green in that pair. So that's not green, and this isn't green either or orange. This is blue. That's on the entropy line. That's blue. Blue and green on this entropy line, so the other one is orange. Come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This feels like, I mean, it didn't sort out where the 9 was that I was quite proud of earlier, but it's got a lot more cells coloured. I must be able to colour this. I've got 3 oranges and 3 blues. That's a green. Then I've got a sort of X-wing pair here. Oh, this one is the last one in its column. But that is green or blue. This is also green or blue, isn't it? Up here we have an orange and blue pair, which makes the third blue. One of those is orange, that's orange. This is a domino of orange and green. There's also a green there. This is not green. That's orange, that's the third orange in this column, so they're definite greens. That's the third green in the top row, so that's definitely orange. We've got 2 greens there. Now in this column, 1 green there, 1 green there. Not sure what that means. This was a domino, wasn't it? It was. Look, bottom row, we've got 3 greens, so that's not green. So that's a domino. That is a domino. So we've used up all the 3 greens. That's orange. That means this isn't orange, and that's on an entropy line. Oh, this is so complicated to me. If this is easy to you, there must be skills you have that I don't, and well done. But we're getting a lot of cells coloured now. This is a green-blue pair. I'm going to just put that in like that. We've had 3 oranges here. These are therefore either green or blue. I mean, I can't... Well, I don't know. If I can do more than that, I can't see how to. Gosh. Right, we've had 3 greens there. So this is an orange-blue domino. We've had 3 oranges in this row and 2 blues. I don't know. These are from green and blue, so that's not a 9. In this row we need 1 more orange. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to colour these at all. Did one of those have to be orange? That's a domino, and that's a domino. Now, those can't both be orange for this column, but those could both be orange instead in column 8. So, I'm not feeling the ability to disambiguate anymore yet. But I do feel I'm making a little bit of progress now, just a little bit, just a scintilla of progress as we go on. Man, this is very hard. 9 is in one of those. 9 is not there now because that is not orange. So 9's in one of those and in one of those. It's not interesting enough. It's been kept out of there on this line, but that's exactly the place that it's easy to be kept out of. That is 7 or 8. Let's do that. Where I've got 6s looking at greens, that one is 4 or 5, I suppose. I mean, it just isn't that helpful. Wow, what the heck is going on now? I thought I was making progress and it's all juddered to a halt. Oh, on this 9, that can't be a 4-5 pair. Oh, that's a 6-3 pair. How obvious is that? I haven't seen that at all. That's not a 3, that's not a 3. That's not a 3 now as well. The difference here is 1 or 2. I don't know, that's not actually very telling. If that can't be a 3, does that restrict what this can be? No, not really. Well, it can't be a 4 anymore. It does a bit. It did a bit. Okay. Tiny bit. So obvious that the 9 needed a 3-6 pair, and I couldn't see it. These aren't green. There's 3 greens in this row. That's a double blue. Blue there, and blue there. Neither of these are blue. They're both green. These are both blue. This is quite a lot of stuff that I just hadn't seen before. That is 1 or 2. It can't be a 3 because of the 3-6 pair. This is now blue, so that's not a 5. This is now green. It's not the way round I wanted those to resolve. That is 4 or 5. So this is the 6. Right, that's a number. This can't be 9 anymore, or that would add up to 16. There we go. That's a definite finding. This is 9 in box 2. This is 9 in box 1. That's not a 9. The 9 in column 1 is here. Am I finishing off 9s in the grid? I am. And the last one, I'm discovering a colour. That's not blue, that's orange. That's 3 oranges in the row, so that's blue. Those 2 can't be a 9. So all 9s finished. I might as well mark up the remaining orange cells as 7 or 8. That's there. So no. Okay, let's colour these 7s and 8s just in case it does anything. I suppose that's a pair that forms 9. That's a pair that forms 9. Maybe that's all I've got. Anyway, that might be relevant to the colouring. So I'm going to colour them. Let's colour that, flash that one yellow. That's the same as this. Oh, hang on, that's not feeding anywhere else at all in the puzzle. Let's not do those. Let's start somewhere else. It's tricky though. Maybe, I mean, these ones no, not those. Maybe I can't colour them all at all. Let's start here, just in case. I'm going to try this. Yellow there, red here. Yellow there, red here. Yellow there. That just doesn't continue on, does it? There's a red up here somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Okay, that was a useless idea. Or I've picked the wrong place to get going with it. I mean, I still need to sort out these lines. I don't know anything about these box 9 lines. That was 2 or 3. One of those is a 1. That's totally uninteresting. 9, 7, 8, 3, 6. These are 4, 5 as a pair. That is 1 or 2. 3 in this column is here. These add up to 12. That is not a 6. The 6 in green is there in the box. The 6 in green is in the corner there. That's been available for a while and I hadn't spotted it. That is now a 3. Thanks to this 6. Oh, that's huge because it's a colour. That is the blue one. This is the green one. These 2 can't be green, so they are either blue or orange. Oh, one of them is blue. Yeah. So these 2 are not blue. That is a 4, 5 pair. That looks like a kind of X. Is that the last coloured cells? No, I've got an X-wing there as well. Irritating. 2. Oh no, hang on. Why are these? These shouldn't be coloured. This one can be finished. It's orange in this column. Orange, I said. And that one is green. Okay. So 4, 5 there. Now, what about this crazy line? I don't know anything. Oh, this is a 6. That's something I know. So this line adds up to 14 or 13. If it's 14, that's a 7, and that's a 5-2 pair. If it's 13, that's an 8, and that's a 4-1 pair. Oh, that's really weird. So this is either a 4-1 pair or a 5-2 pair, and this line adds up to 14 or 16. Hang on, what? This was 14 or 13. Yeah, it doesn't overlap with the possibility. So this is 14 or 16. And that's a 4-5. I don't think that tells me anything about this. 14 or 16 on this line. Oh, hang on. Well, if it was 16, this would have to be a 3. And if it's 14, I don't think it can be a 1. Yes, it could. Oh, rubbish. That is 7 or 8. Totally uninteresting deduction. Yeah, I mean, if I was colouring 7s and 8s, maybe I should go back to that thought a bit now. But they just don't feed around the grid. Is it worth colouring 4s and 5s at this point? Maybe I can think about these adding up to 8 or 7, and that one especially. Okay, let's try colouring 4s and 5s, just to see what happens. If that goes yellow and that goes red, that's yellow, that's red, that's yellow, that's red, that's yellow, that's red, that's yellow, that's red, and this peters out at that point. Unless I can connect those up by numbers with other... oh no, hang on, I've got red there, so that's yellow, that's red, that is red. Oh, that is... whatever this digit is, it's there. That is 4 or 5, and I'm making that red. That gets yellow up in this corner. Yellow must be there. That is 4 or 5. That's not 6. Ooh, there's a 6 on this line. With a 1 or a 2. Why is that not helpful? Oh, the 6 is here. It's a little helpful. It goes green. That's not green, that's not green, that is green. Okay, this is 4 or 5, and it's red. And that's yellow, and that's red, and that's coloured all, I think, of the 4 5s around the grid. Now, surely somewhere I can match them up. Here, 4 5 goes with a number that adds to 6. That is 1 or 2, actually, just by the 15 total. This has become a 3. That was probably obvious from that box. Right, but this is matching in a pair making 6 with that. So, that's a yellow-blue. This is a red-blue. How is that helping me? Is that... no, I don't know which of these is which. That's a red-blue. That's a yellow-blue. That's a red-blue. This pair does not add up to 6. It either adds up to 7 or 5 in a 15 sum, leaving either 8 there or 10. Oh, it doesn't help. Oh, gosh. Oh, red there. This is not a 15 sum. So this must not be red. This line is not a 15 line, because the 15 line is the outside of the wrinkled potato. So this is not red. This has to be a yellow 1, 2. That's interesting. So this one's red. Now this C's red and yellow 1, 2. So that's a 3. Oh, that was quite interesting. The 3 in this column now has to be here. Well, that was a surprise find. One of these is a yellow 1, 2, and that's the red 1, 2, and this is a 3. I know I'm doing a lot of this in a weird order. One of those is a 3, and that's a 3, which hasn't changed anything. That's 1 or 2. Oh, goodness. This is a red 1 or 2. That's been available forever. That's a yellow 1 or 2. That's a red 1. Now, we get to turn this into a 7 or 8. So the two similar colour 1, 2s and 4, 5s add up to 6. I'm going to say that the similar colour 1s and 2s and 7 and 8s have a difference of 6. So that's yellow, that's red, I don't know, that's red. I may just be confusing myself unnecessarily and to the point of distraction here, but let's keep going. That's a red now. This is either 5, 8 or 4, 7. I don't think that's proved anything. No, it's just doing some colouring. These two, oh, what's going on here? 6 plus something. So is this 14 with a 7 there and a 5, 2 pair? Possible. Or is it 13 with an 8 there and a 4, 1 pair? Again, possible. That colouring works fine. Now up here then, these two add up to 9. Ah. Now I should know what this is, shouldn't I? Let's imagine the red oranges were 7 and the yellow ones were 8. Then this would be a 2 and that would be yellow. And the other way round, if the reds were 8, that would be 7, this would be 1, and that would be 1 and would be yellow. That is always yellow. Okay, so this is red, that's yellow, that's red. Oh, come on, Mark. Use it or lose it. Right, these, I don't know what they add up to. I don't know what the line total is. This is so frustrating. I'm right on the edge of finishing this off now. We've got 4, 5, 3, 6, 9. We've got a 1, 2 and a 7, 8. Is that, look, that C's red and yellow 1, 2. So that's a 7, 8. That's high. That's low. This is now high and that's low. 1, 2, 7, 8. I don't think this is getting anything done, is it? That is 1 or 2. If I could just find out which of these was 3, I think I'd be in business. Totally. And I don't think this is telling me anything. Or well, that's, yeah, no, come on. Don't nil desperandum. That is a yellow 1, 2. That's a red one. This is either a yellow 1, 2 or a 3. This is either a yellow 1, 2 or a 3. Ah, don't stop here. Right, red 1, 2. That must be, that is the red 1, 2, obviously. So the red 1, 2s are here. But then this is yellow 1, 2 and a 3, and the same is true here, and I can't see how to disambiguate that. Have I got every digit apart from those 4 down to 2 candidates at this point? Literally I have. Why won't I allow myself to bifurcate and finish it off? Because I won't. So it's got to be about these lines, hasn't it? And what their totals are or something. Those are different. Those are a pair that add up to 6. Oh, blast, come on. 9, and these don't add up to 6. This line, what if this line did add up to 14 with a, it can't add up to, yes it can. 9, 4, 1, 14. That would be a 2. This would have to be an 8. 6, 8, 2. These would be 5, 7. I don't know which way round they go. I think these are interchangeable, these lines at the moment. Where does the puzzle... Oh, maybe somewhere down here. 15. These have to add up to 12. Ah, so I can colour this. If I could just work out what that colour scheme was. So, if red... What have I said? That red 1 and 2 adds up to 6. That's here, isn't it? Sorry, red, low and middly adds up to 6. And the difference between yellow, low and middly is 6. So what's the relationship? I don't even understand anymore. What is the relationship between these two? Oh, let's just do it by example. So if that was a 5, this would be a 4. That would be an 8. So if this was a 5, that would be a 7. It would not be the yellow, it would be the red. And the other way round, if that was a 4, this would be a 5, that would be a 4, this would be an 8. Yes, this is always red. Oh, that has taken me ages to figure out. That's yellow, that's red. That's yellow, that's red. That's yellow, that's red. I can't transfer these over to these ones, but this one is yellow. That's been available for ages. Now I can relate these together. So, if red 1 or 2 was a 1, then red green is a 5, that's a 4, yellow 7 or 8 is an 8, if red 1 or 2 is a 1. So that is yellow. 6, 7, 15, yes, that's yellow, that's yellow, that's red, that's red. How is this going to help with these disambiguating cells? I don't really know yet, or do I? Yes, this pair. This pair. Right, let's go back to this example. Oh, it's up here. Yellow and the two yellows add up to 12. So they don't add up to 12. So these don't add up to 12. So these are not a 1-2 pair and include a 3. And there we go. That is going to do it all now, I believe. Weirdly, that's a 3. Let's see if it does. So red-blue has become a 1 because of this, looking at that. So let's put all those in. Red, blue becomes a 1. That's all of them. Let's remove the colouring from those cells because I want to be colouring other things. We've finished 3s, so I'm going to remove the colouring from those cells. We have got 2s to do. And I'm going to take the colouring out of those cells when I'm done. Wow, I'm finishing this, I think, now. Quiriqui, you beast. fascinating puzzle. I really don't think I've gone about this in the right way. It's taken me over an hour, but I think I'm getting there now. Now this makes up 15, so yellow 7, 8 is an 8. See, I've got all the colouring done. Wow. That means red 7, 8 is a 7. There we go. And we've done all the 6s, I think. We've just got 4s and 5s left to disambiguate. So, what I can do for that is take out the green from all the colouring. Oh, I've got all these 9s still coloured, don't need those. So now we're down to yellow and red, and to make this add up to 15, red is a 5, yellow is a 4, and that's the answer, and I didn't get a tick. And that's terrifying. How is this not the answer? It's not the answer because, oh no, that's 16, 16. How? Because I've got 2 3s in the bottom row. I think it's not the answer because that should be a 1 and I've just typed in the wrong digit. Let's hope. There's the tick. Oh! Ah, what a puzzle! What a puzzle! The madness of this wrinkled potato. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Quiriqui, or Anne-Marie. That's brilliant. I mean, I expect to see quite a lot of times that are a long way under my time there today. Very tough. Very interesting. Very tough. It was going to be gas today, but because of the birthday request, I postponed that till tomorrow. It'll be gas tomorrow, I believe now. Thanks for watching. See you then. Bye for now.